Hi, my name is Maria and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make tilapia con tomatillo salsa. And tomatillos are a special fruit. Actually, they're not a vegetable and they're from the nightshade family. And they look like tomatoes, but they're not. And they have kind of like a little bit more of a sour taste than a tomato would. And they come, and you might have seen these in stores, they come inside little packages. They have their own little husk, and it's a paper husk that's pretty cool looking. And the tighter the husk, the less ripe your tomatillo is. So if it starts to loosen up, then your tomatillo is getting ready to be eaten. And the husk kind of gives it a protection from pests, and that's why it has a husk. And when you take the husk off, it's super easy, but you're gonna find like there's a film over your tomatillo and it's a little sticky. And so you just wash that off and it's not a problem. So this is your tomatillo. I'm gonna show you how to make a raw salsa with it. Normally tomatillos are cooked and they can be roasted or boiled for their salsas, but and that's how my mom used to do it, and she was from Mexico City. But I had a friend from Chiapas and she showed us that you can just make a raw salsa, and the advantage of the raw salsa has a really bright green color to it, so it looks really pretty. And it tastes really good. There's no reason to go through that extra step of cooking just because tomatillos have a special way about them. And I'm gonna put, I've already got about 6 tomatillos in here. And then I'm gonna put in a serrano pepper. Now this is a pretty big one, so it's not gonna be a lot of, it's not gonna be real hot. Usually the smaller serranos are the hot ones. So I'll be putting that in there. Of course I have my lime because this is salsa and Mexican food. And then I have some cilantro. So I'm going to go ahead and just put, this has been washed, but you don't have to chop it up because you're just going to put it in the blender. And I'm going to put some water in there, maybe about half a cup. And I'll go ahead and put my serrano. I'm going to put the whole thing in there, and I'm going to go ahead and put that tomatillo in there. I just want to show you what it looks like. So it's a really pretty green on the outside, and on the inside it's white with like yellow seeds to it, and it's not super juicy. So when you're cutting it up, you're not like when you have tomatoes and you have all of that going through there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and then I'm going to put some salt in there. And there's not much. I'm making a real simple tomatillo salsa. Over here I've got a pan that I'm going to start heating up for the tilapia, and I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But I also wanted to let you know I'm going to put some onions in here. So I just roughly chop them up because they're going to be all chopped up in here anyways. So I'm going to put about half an onion in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and you can see that, really nice and green, bright green. When you cook it, it turns like into a dull green. And when you cook it, you can cook it boiled, or you can even cook it on the grill, char it. If you have a cast iron skillet, you can just roast it on that, roast it in the oven. You can do that if you don't want to use your raw tomatillos. So I've got my lime in there. I'm just waiting for my pan to heat up. I'm going to blend it. And then I have over here, I have some tilapia. This might be a little too bright for you to see, but I have some tilapia. And it's just one fillet. It's been salted and it has pepper on it. And then I put some flour. So it's just been a little bit lightly breaded. And that's what I'm gonna fry in that pan once it's ready to fry. And then I'll be pouring some of the salsa on it. Now what you're gonna see, and here I've just got like some butter in this pan. And then I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil to it. And normally I would put olive oil, but I don't have olive oil today. I have avocado oil. And I'm just going to move it around the pan with the butter. And I don't want the butter to get brown or burn. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tilapia in there. I think it's ready. It doesn't take long to cook tilapia. And tilapia is a fish that does not have a lot of strong flavors to it. And so that's kind of why the Tomatillo Salsa makes it extra special. It gives it a little bit of spunk to the dish. And it looks really elegant. So you've got this nice breaded, lightly breaded white fish, and then you have this beautiful bright green salsa over it. And so now I think I'm gonna get some of my salsa ready. I've got a plate here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of the salsa on the bottom. You can see that. And I think I'm ready to actually flip my fillet here. Now you can use a different type of fish if you want. It doesn't have to be tilapia, because this will go with a lot of things. And if you don't like fish, you can use chicken. If you have like some grilled chicken, this would go really well with that, because the chicken and tomatillo is really popular in Mexico. They combine that a lot. So like if you have tamales verdes, verde means green, and so like a salsa verde is basically a tomatillo salsa. So los tamales verdes are basically your tamal with chicken and with the green salsa. Those are my favorite tamales, one of many. But that combination of the chicken and the tomatillo is really good. So I'm just going to cook my fish a little bit longer. Now I've always been intimidated on cooking fish, to be honest with you, because I didn't grow up with a lot of fish, and I didn't cook a lot of it. And I think the key to fish is not to overcook it, which I've done many times. I have overcooked my fish, but I think it's just a matter of playing around with it, practicing it, and you know, finding what method works best for you, and even what kind of fish works best. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over again. Basically with tilapia, they want you to have it like about 3 minutes on each side. But I think my pan wasn't quite hot enough. It is getting there. And then with the fish, once you have it done, you want that flaky white texture to it. Now with the tomatillo salsa, you can use it with a lot of other types of food as well. If you just want like a nice fancy salsa with chips, The tomatillo salsa works for that really well. You can also make enchiladas suizas, and enchiladas suizas are basically enchiladas with your tomatillo salsa, and that's a really popular dish in Mexico as well. So I'm gonna flip it one more time. It's getting nice and cooked. And I'm thinking it's almost ready. It is almost ready. So as you can see, the tomatillo salsa was easy. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pan and put my pan-fried tilapia on top of my salsa right there. And then I'm going to put a little bit more, and actually, before I do that, because I love lime, I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lime. Oh, I might have squeezed it too much earlier. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lime just on the tilapia by itself. Now I'm going to put my salsa. And you know, this is something easy. You can see that was super easy to do. Did not take long, but really nice and elegant dish if you want to impress your friends. You know, you can invite them over and make them pan-fried tilapia with salsa, the tomatillos, and they will think you worked really hard all day. So I hope you enjoy your tomatillo salsa with your tilapia. Experiment with both of them. If you've never tried the tomatillos before and you've been a little scared of what was this all about, now you know. Super easy, super yummy, and very healthy. High in vitamin C, tomatillos are. And so I hope you branch out and try it and enjoy your tomatillos. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day.